All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast here, and we are looking at Hurricane Sandy now that we've been watching over the past several days. This was as of the 5 p.m. update. Position was at 38.8 north and 74.4 west. Winds were sustained at 90 miles per hour with gusts of 115 miles per hour. Movement was west northwest at 28 miles per hour, and our pressure was at an amazing 940 millibars, and we'll talk about that just here in a second. But we actually had some reports out of New York of winds sustained at 100 miles per hour in some places. So we are getting some localized higher winds here across the East Coast. Let's take a look. This is the water vapor imagery, and you can see this is dry air starting to move into the south side of Sandy, and Sandy is making that transition now over from a tropical to an extratropical storm. And basically, what that means is it's just losing its tropical characteristics as far as core temperature as well as moisture. Well, that's a whole different subject we're not going to get into. The thing we have to watch, though, is these winds are starting to come up around kind of the southeast side of Sandy. These are going to kind of round the eye wall, if you will, and it could locally enhance storm surge up and down the East Coast here. We're already seeing some locally enhanced storm surge along that area, but as these winds come around, we could see that those waves kind of pile up, and so higher waves and some more storm surge could possibly be on the way. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Taking a look, this is the pressure gradient. These are isobars, all these lines, and it's a measure basically of the pressure gradient, and basically at this time we were at a 946 millibar low. Right now we're at a 940, so it's dropped 6 millibars in just a few hours here. Basically how we measure air pressure in the atmosphere is by millibars, and just to kind of give you a general idea here, normal air pressure at sea level, so any normal air pressure you should experience would be 1,002 millibars. And in a category like 3 hurricane, normal millibar is like 950 or 956, somewhere right in there. So this is more of like a category 4, category 5 hurricane as far as air pressure goes. So it's a very, very strong and a very deep storm that is coming on shore here. Taking a look, this is rain. This is from the Rapid Precision Mesoscale model. This is rain throughout the next 27 hours or so, and you can see a lot of rain falling here from about Philadelphia down towards D.C. Some places could see upwards of maybe 8 to 9 inches over the next 27 hours, but this is by no means the exact amount of rain. We're going to see more rain than this, plus what already has fallen, and so some places it wouldn't surprise me to see a foot and a half of rain here. We'll just have to wait and see how much or what the rain totals are. The other thing we're watching here is storm surge, and obviously up from Maine down just or pretty much the entire coast of Maine, and then North Carolina up towards Virginia and Delaware, places like that. More than 3-foot storm surge, but the place we have to watch is from Rhode Island down towards New York, all the way down the Jersey Shore here, where they are expecting 6 to 10-foot storm surge, and some places have already reported higher. So I would not be surprised to see as much as 15 to 16-foot waves in isolated areas with the storm surge. This is just a very, very powerful and very historical storm here for the Northeast. Going on over, taking a look at winds. This is obviously this is a forecast model winds. We're reporting a lot higher winds than this, but you can see these winds coming in from kind of shifting out of the east to then out to the south here as we go around the west side of the eye, and you can see just the spin in the atmosphere here. And then the eye eventually going to make landfall here somewhere along the Jersey Shore. In fact, we can see the eye right there. This is by 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. That's East Coast time, not Central time. And that's when we're going to see Sandy finally make landfall, and then we'll probably meander and move up to the north, something like that. We'll just have to wait and see. The other thing we have to watch out too is obviously these winds are going to be higher over water because there's less friction. There's not trees or buildings or hills or anything like that. The thing we have to watch out for is obviously, if you can see up here in the corner, I don't know if you can, but Lake Erie, they're going to see some very high winds because they're over water. Lake Erie, Superior, even Lake Michigan. And the thing we have to watch out for is these winds, or as this comes up, these winds are going to get stronger and going to blow off the lake to the south, and we're going to see some locally enhanced winds along the lakeshore, and even places south of the lakeshore will see stronger winds because there's not as much friction there. Say, in Erie or Cleveland as there is in Scranton or New York or places like that. So, we will have to watch that very carefully. Already reporting almost a million, maybe even over a million power outages now. I'm not really sure what the total number is. Last time I checked, it was 900,000, and there's going to be more to come. Significant flooding occurring along the East Coast, up and down the coastline. So there's a lot going on right now, and this is going to continue. The worst of this storm is actually yet to come when this storm makes landfall and the eye makes landfall. By 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, the East Coast will be experiencing the worst part of the storm. We're going to continue to monitor this as we go throughout the nighttime hours tonight. I don't know if I'll post more videos, but you can follow me, Swift Forecaster, on Twitter, and I will post that link on here, and I will be posting updates as we go throughout the night. So if you're in the Northeast, along the East Coast there, be safe and try and have a safe week. Thanks for tuning in.